Hey everybody, it's Zach again at newtutorial.com. I wanted to come in and do a video. It is cold outside today, but I wanted to give you guys an update. This is going to be my first garden update of 2014. And so we'll keep these videos on the playlist, on Ethan Mountain's playlist on the YouTube channel. And so you can get there to go there to get regular updates. And I want to give you just our first update on the garden. It is cold. It's just now March 2nd. And so spring is not that far away, but we're getting, a good couple hits from winter. But just to give you an update on what we're doing, I wanted to kind of lay out the land for you a little bit, and hope you all are also getting ready to start planting and getting your seedlings going. We have a bunch of seedlings that are growing right now inside the houses, and we have lots more that we're trying to get going. And so, I mean, there's all kinds of projects when it comes to gardening going on around the mountain right now. So the greenhouse is done. Basically have that good and going. We have some trimming left to do on some of it. Bottom here, this is all like a steel skirting, We have to trim that out so that can be seen, and we have some other stuff to trim around the sides. But it's basically done, and we're getting ready to put some planters on the inside and mount those on the walls. And so we're going to be growing lettuce on the inside as well as the aquaponics system. And so the aquaponics is not running yet. We are probably getting ready to turn that on. I have a couple parts left to put in on the solar system, which you see here. We're doing an upgrade on that, and that's why you hear the generator running right now, because the solar is down. We are using generator power until we get a couple more things in the mail for our upgrade that we're doing for our solar. And we're expanding and upgrading the solar, and I explained that a little bit in the last video, and we'll do another video on that when it's finished. So anyway, aquaponics will be ready to be turned on here in the next couple of days, probably, once I get the remaining parts for the solar. And we'll be putting goldfish in to kickstart that off. And then Travis over at myaquafarm.com is going to be, we're going to be working on getting some fish from them. You'll also be able to buy tilapia fish if you want to buy from them as well at myaquafarm.com. Check that out. And there's the logo. And so basically, we just tilled up all this ground here. This is going to be one of our main garden areas here. We just tilled this up with the tractor. With the cultivator that we had. It did a really good job of tilling up the soil, breaking up. It brought a few rocks to the surface, but really we don't have a lot of rocks around here. In some places we do, just not here. We have really good soil here. In fact, one of the guys who was doing the initial dozing of our area when we first got out here told my father-in-law that we could sell this dirt if we wanted to, but I think we'll keep it. So we have really good dirt here. And so this just tilled up, and I tilled up a path from here all the way around this way, all the way around over here, and then back again. And we're going to plant different things along that path, but then here, all this is tilled up here. We're going to put like a planter area here, I think, and then over there is also tilled up soil. We're going to put a garden over there too, on the other side of the greenhouse. And so these two poles over here, this is my experiment, and I can't wait to do it. I'm so excited. I've been planning this all winter and even last summer. I saw a video from a guy, growingyourgreens.com. He has a YouTube channel. He was growing achacha cucumbers, and I'm going to build a trellis here. We dug 2 holes, and our auger, the little string that starts the auger snapped last week, and so I didn't drill the other 2 holes. So what we're going to do is build an arbor here. I have 2 posts in the ground. I'm going to cut these posts once I get the other 2 in to measure. It's going to be about, I guess, 8 foot high, 7 foot high or so. And we're going to build an arbor there that you can walk under. And we have basically all the pieces of the cedar post that need to go in here, all laid aside over there, and some other ones. But we're going to build an arbor there, and that's going to be the home of our achacha fat baby cucumbers. If you've ever seen the fat baby cucumber, here's what it looks like. These seeds are very rare. These particular seeds. There's a couple different types of achachas, and these are Bolivian, South American cucumbers you can find in South America and Central America. But they were really hard to find. This particular variety, it's the heart-shaped leaf. There's another variety, it's a smooth-shaped variety where it doesn't have the spines on it, and it has more like a marijuana-shaped leaf. I wanted the heart-shaped leaves with the spines on them because it's kind of like guerrilla gardening. No one would think to eat these. They look awesome. They look amazing. And John Kohler over at growingyourgreens.com did a video on these, and I set out to find them, and finally found somebody over in the UK, a woman who has a blog over there. I found her, she had some, and she graciously sent me some seeds, and I was so excited. We're going to build this arbor specifically for those cucumbers. They produce amazing amounts of cucumbers, and so I can't wait to get those and try those and see what those are like. So that's what these poles are there for, and we're going to finish this project probably here in the next few days. I just got the part from the auger that needs to be replaced, from the little string that pulled out when you start the auger. It's like a pull string start, and so I got that just the other day, and so we're going to probably fix that even today. Over here, it's like sleeting right now. Over here, these are a few plum trees. I went over here and I pruned these the other day, and there were spines and and new starts coming out all over the tree, and I clipped those off and just pruned it back. Really, these were never really been pruned, and they have a little bit of fungus on them, and I'm going to spray them down with neem oil here probably in the next month or so. Get them started off right for spring. And I think that'll take care of the problem. This neem oil seems to work really good for fungus, it seems like. And so these plum trees are really good plum trees, and they didn't have a lot of the disease and fungus that some of the other ones did around the property that I've had to save from the cedars. And so we think these are going to produce really well for us. And they're right here in the middle of the garden, so that's really neat. Got a bunch of strawberry plants planted throughout over there. Some strawberry starts. The donkey came through and ate some of them, ate about half of them that we planted. I can hear her now where they're yelling and screaming. And so we were not excited about that, but she came through and ate a bunch. So some of them are still alive in there, and hopefully some of them will survive. But right here where I tilled up with the cultivator, we're going to plant some vines, some grapevines, catabas. And those are already growing. I have those in my house now, and they're already starting new shoots because it's so warm in there, and it's just, the plant's starting to grow. It's starting to send out new shoots, and so I'll put that in the ground as soon as it warms up a little bit. I don't want to shock it too much by putting it out now. Anyway, in the rest of this area, we don't know what we're going to do. Over here, I think I'm going to plant some, somebody sent me some seeds for some, what's the grain? Amaranth seed. And so I'm going to till this area up here. I haven't done it yet. But right over here, I'm going to plant the amaranth. I'm going to separate the two. There's a purple and a gold amaranth. I'm going to plant both of those together, separate, but together next to each other. And I'll be able to harvest all that grain. And all of the grain that I grow for the amaranth will be for planting next season. We won't use any for food. We'll be just growing now for seed to plant for more seed for next year. So after next year, we can start eating them. Other than that, that's kind of the first update. It's freezing out here, so I'm going to go inside. We had our ground tested not too long ago. The county extension will come out here if you make an appointment, and they will test your ground for you and give you an idea of what your ground is. And most people, the guy suggested you need to get your ground limed. The pH in our soil was 5.7 across the board. I took 3 different samples for three different pastures that we had, and I took it into the county extension, and it came back. It went to the university and was tested, and it came back 5.7 across the board, which is really, really low. And so they recommended about, for each pasture, like 4,000 pounds or something like that. It was some kind of amazing amount. And so 2 big giant trucks came out here and drove all over the property, spraying lime all over the place. And the county extension guy said it'll really help your growth. Your ground is just too, it's going to produce weeds like crazy, but if you lime it, it'll kill off the weeds or prevent the weeds from growing back so strong, and allow some of these other grasses and good things to grow up in your land, and just not be so overgrown with weeds and all kinds of just nasty garbage and stuff like that. So we're going to see what that does, and the pastures need the lime big time for the cattle and for the sheep. It helps the grasses grow up a little better and keeps the weeds down and stuff like that, the stuff we don't want. So anyway, all right, we'll leave it at that. I'll do another update soon. It's really cold, so it'll be probably the coldest update we do. So all right, we'll leave it at that. Go home, read your Bible. Thanks.